So in this video, I'm going to share the number one reason why you have a low show up rate and poor quality calls from the outreach that you're doing. And for context, I run Scale Sprints and I've been building cold outreach systems for 4 years and sent over 10 million cold emails. So everything I'm saying in this video is going to be based on me reviewing 100 of actual cases where people have fixed these issues here. So stick around till the end because it's going to be a very valuable video, high leverage video for you to watch. You're going to extract all the knowledge that I have gotten from running all these systems. Here is basically the entire Scale Sprint system. This is the system that we build for our clients in 2026. It is completely optimized. It's like multi-channel outreach, quick appointment setting, very extensive follow-ups on multiple channels, etc. But we're going to talk specifically about kind of the bottom of the funnel here, everything that happens sort of when you book the call and after you book the call. So that is going to be the topic of this video. Some of the main reasons why your show up rate is low is, first of all, what I call information deficit. So people don't know enough about your offer and they don't know what's in it for them. The reason why this happens is because you haven't delivered enough information to them before they show up to the call. So this typically means that your initial outreach might be lacking, your pre-call assets might be lacking. And so we're going to talk about how to fix that in just a moment. The other one is they simply just forget what you do. And this is especially the case when they book too far into the future. So let's say they book 2 weeks out, they are most likely going to no-show. Right? Anybody that doesn't book within the next, I would say, 3 days, they don't care that much. If they really cared a lot, they would book within the next 3 days. Even if they're busy, they're going to make time for it. So I actually recommend that if you're having issues with your show up rate, that you should just limit the amount of time in the future they can book to 3 days. Another one is lack of urgency. So they don't see the problem that you solve as important. And so again, this also ties into the way you position the pain point, the way you frame your offer. These are all things that you want to address in the pre-call flows, etc. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And then also perceived low value. So they think that the information that they're going to get on the call could just be an email as well, right? Like, why would somebody actually show up to a call if they believe they can just get all the information they need from the website? And so one of the main reasons you can solve that issue is by, prior to them hopping on the call, is by having some sort of gap within their knowledge that you're trying to basically answer on the call. So you have some sort of industry insight that you're going to share that they can't find anywhere else. So you want to kind of get them excited and position it in that sort of way. So the first fix that you can also implement here is having a thank you page. So after they book the call, you want to basically immediately engage and confirm interest post booking. So you want to set up a page like this where you basically have a short introductory video for about 7 to 9 minutes that goes through all the most common objections. It's basically just like a one-sided sales call where you talk about all the things that you're going to say on the sales call anyways, and it's going to streamline the call quite a bit when they do hop on the actual call. Secondly, you want them to confirm the call on their calendar, and you want to provide some alternative contact channels. So you want to, with your WhatsApp, because some people like to just chat on WhatsApp and stuff. So you can put that there, and then also put, your content there. So for example, YouTube videos, etc. So that's what you want to do on the thank you page. You want to basically set that as, like, if you're using Calendly, you can just add the link to this page in Calendly as the thank you page. So it's quite easy to do. And the second fix is to basically make a better pre-call flow. I recommend sending 5 to 8 emails in your pre-call flow. You want to have what you do, how you do it, why you do it, case studies, and most common FAQs. These are the things you want to address, and you can do it in that order as well, like this, right? And you want to make sure you can squeeze these emails in before the call actually takes place. So that is really important. And then I would also recommend doing at least 2 SMS follow-ups as well. So make sure that they're followed up with prior to the call with not only emails, but also SMS, which is going to increase the show-up rate. Now, a bonus if you're really struggling is that you can make personalized videos to the prospects prior to the call. So you can actually film them a video, like a Loom video of you talking to them. You're on their website and sharing stuff. That is going to increase show-up rates for sure. Also calling them, like actually giving them a phone call prior to the actual call and just confirming that they're going to show up. And then also preparing and showing them custom-made valuable assets prior to the call. So maybe you send them over some sort of asset where they can get a taste of what you do. Maybe you send them like a checklist that they can use to see if they're doing some of the things already that you're providing. And so that can sort of establish authority and trust already by sending over assets like that. And by the way, just as a quick note here, if you need help setting up all this stuff and you want your entire outreach system completely automated, and we set up all these pre-call flows for you, and we set up the thank you page for you and everything, you can check out scalesprint.io. But anyways, continuing with the video here. So the first call you have with the prospect, I recommend running that as a discovery call mainly, and then a small pitch at the end, just a quick presentation essentially. And then at the end, you want to get them on the next call, so running a two call close, and you want to really position the next call as extremely valuable. So that is again, you want to sales is basically a series of micro commitments up until the actual main commitment, and so you want to position every micro commitment as valuable, and so that's what you want to do with the follow up call. And then immediately after the first call is that you want to basically send over your most impressive case studies, and then make basically these case studies appeal to a more deep desire than the immediate outcome. So, for example, if you are helping them increase their revenue, you can tie that to some sort of personal benefit. So, saying we helped this founder get his dream car or something like that, right? Just kind of tying it to something where it's like not just the revenue itself, but a more deep desire of the prospect. Now, there are several ways you can do that. Obviously, you don't want to just say, we can help you get a new car, but you can tie the outcome to something more personal like that. And then you want to basically follow the gap selling framework, is what I recommend. This book is really helpful in kind of structuring the way you sell. So having the first call again be mainly discovery, getting really deep on their exact current state and what their desired future state is, and then using that, for the second call when you actually do your pitch. So that's this slide here. So that second call should be just a full blown customized pitch, right? We have here on the left side, we have the first call. You establish the current state, then you use that info with a custom solution here where you're bridging the gap, and then they're going to reach their desired future state. And when you structure your calls like this and you run a two call close, then it's going to be a lot more natural. It's going to be a lot easier to sell to them when you deeply understand their current state from the first call and present your solution as the perfect ways to get to their desired future state. And then for the second call, what I would recommend is basically after that you have done your full pitch, you send them into a 90-day follow-up plan. If they don't buy from you immediately, that's going to send them 2 to 5 emails per week, just nurturing them even more. And that is going to, again, just be tremendously helpful to nurture them, to answer their objections that you maybe didn't manage to cover on the calls. And the way that you can, structure these emails is basically using these 4 types of emails. So you want to answer all their basic questions. So this is like just the basic stuff they want to know. How does onboarding work? And so on. Then you also want to use some of these emails to answer more deep questions, which are basically the question that they don't know how to ask themselves, right? This is asking them the questions or like answering the questions that they don't know how to ask. Also, objection handling, of course, you want to handle a lot of objections, the most common ones in these emails. And then also emails about expectations, like what exactly can they realistically expect by working with you? And so one issue I often see with people is that they have like these, post-call flows here, and they're just sending a bunch of irrelevant case studies that are not really pertaining to the exact stage that the company they talk to is actually in. So you want to make sure that the case studies they get are basically realistic in terms of where they're at, right? So that's how you want to structure the stuff post the second call here. So that's going to do it for this video. If you want to work with ScaleSprint, and as I said, we can build out this entire system for you, take care of absolutely everything. You can go to www.scalesprint.io. You can see the video breakdown of our entire system and how it works, including the pricing and everything. So thanks for watching this video and have a good day.